Hola, soy Miguel y soy tutor de español. Let me tell you a secret. There are Spanish courses and Spanish teachers out there that teach you words and phrases that many native speakers never use. I've been teaching Spanish since 2016, and sometimes I've heard my students use words they found on an app or phrases they learned from a Spanish teacher on YouTube, and I have to tell them, I'm sorry, but we never speak like that. Unfortunately, some courses and teachers teach you things that are only used in one country, and they don't tell you that, which is a waste of time if you're a beginner, because you should focus your energy on the words and phrases that are common across many different countries. Another problem you might have with a Spanish teacher is that when you ask for examples of a certain word or a certain verb conjugation, he or she just makes things up. And the phrase he or she gives you might not be a reflection of how people actually speak. Spanish courses have a similar problem. They include example sentences completely devoid of context and that do not reflect actual Spanish conversations at all. That's why I want to be your Spanish teacher. I'm a big fan of relying on actual data instead of just personal opinions. That's why I have downloaded thousands of subtitles from Spanish language movies and TV shows from different countries, and I have used corpus analysis software to find the most common words and phrases across different movies and TV shows from several countries. This is not data gathered from Spanish translations of English language movies, as is the case with those top Spanish word lists you can find online. This is data gathered from actual native Spanish language TV shows and movies, so it's a lot more useful. I'm using this data to write short stories that I share with my students. I'm also compiling a collection of example sentences for the most common Spanish verb conjugations. I can share all of this with you and explain it during our lessons. And of course, during our lessons, I can solve any doubt you might have about how a certain word is actually used or how common that word or phrase is across different countries. Instead of just making things up, I will check my database of subtitles to give you real examples and real information. If you're a complete beginner in Spanish, don't worry. I will use images and very simple words to help you develop a basic vocabulary in Spanish. I believe the best way to pick up a language is through comprehensible input. That is, by reading and listening to very simple sentences using common words. Si tu nivel de español es intermedio o avanzado, podemos usar algunas de las historias que he escrito en español o podemos discutir y analizar noticias, videos en YouTube y más. Durante nuestras clases vamos a usar Google Docs para escribir historias, analizar textos y para que puedas anotar todas las preguntas que tengas. También vamos a usar Zoom, la mejor app para videollamadas, para poder compartir pantalla, usar pizarra y más. So, what are you waiting for? Book a one-on-one lesson with me today. You can pick the time, pay with PayPal, and you'll receive a Zoom link on your email. You'll find the link to book lessons with me in the video description.